You know, guys, there's a saying, show me your friends and I will show you who you are. And if you can apply this to our South African politicians, you will actually get to see that most of these South African politicians are nothing but a bunch of criminals. You look at their friendships and you can easily conclude that, man, something is wrong. Something is wrong. Almost all of these people, man. I mean, like, just on top of my mind, you look at the people that have been linked with Paul Mashatile. You look at the people that have been linked with Cyril Ramaphosa, the likes of Hazim Mustafa, the so-called Sudanese billionaire. You look at Mazoti, his relationship with Julius Malema. You look at TK Mulefe, his relationship with Kenny Kunene. You look at Kenny Kunene and Gayton McKenzie themselves, nothing but a bunch of criminals. And you look at the relationship between the head of the Hawks and the so-called Malcolm X. You look at the relationships between, did I mention Senzo Mchunu and Brown Mkhwanazi? Like, these people, man, that are in the government, these people that are representing South Africans in parliament, you look at their friends and you will actually get to see exactly what General Mkhwanazi was speaking about when he says that these people in the government and these people in parliament are surrounded by the criminal syndicates, and these people are working for these criminal syndicates. And at this point, there is nothing that anybody can do to convince me otherwise. There's nothing that anybody can do to convince me otherwise. And as South Africans, guys, if we are being honest, we have been suspicious of the friendships of these people for a very long time. We have been very suspicious that, man, why are you friends with that person? And they will come out and say, no, 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 no. We are not benefiting anything. This guy is not benefiting anything from knowing me, and I don't benefit anything from knowing this person. But I guess only time will tell. But the politicians in this country, man, are dirty. They are dirty, 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 dirty. And for them to go to the people of this country and to try to pretend like they have the best interest of the people of this country while they are friends with the people that are actively hating South Africans, it tells you everything that you need to know about them. Bunch of scumbags. This is who these people are.
What's your relationship with the Deputy National Police Commissioner, Shadrack Sibia? Do you guys know each other?
Look, I know the general. Everybody knows the general for many years. You understand, huh?
You have a close relationship.
I've got a close relationship with him.
I'm sorry, guys. Maybe I am just profiling this gentleman, but I don't trust him. Maybe this is me profiling him, but I don't trust him. I don't trust him in the fact that this guy is the friends with the Deputy National Commissioner for Crime Detection, General Sibia. I can smell a rat, man. I can smell a rat. I don't trust. I honestly do not trust him. I don't trust him. Jesus.
What's your relationship with the Deputy National Police Commissioner, Shadrack Sibia? Do you guys know each other?
Look, I know the general. Everybody knows the general for many years. You understand, huh?
You have a close relationship.
I've got a close relationship with him for many years. Not in the bad way. Like everyone who are friend to him. He's a very nice person to anyone. You understand?
Okay. But what formed the relationship?
What formed the relationship? I met the general when he used to be in the Scorpion. Yeah, that's where we met it before. We never met it in the office. We met it via a close friend.
So this is more a friendly relationship?
Friend relationship,
Okay.
nothing more than that.
Okay.
This is what they always say. This is exactly what they always say. No, this is friendly, man. There's nothing more than that. You remember when Senzo Mchunu was exposed to having a friendship with Brown Mkhwanazi? Initially says that, no, I don't know Brown Mkhwanazi, man. Like, I have never met that gentleman. I don't know who that person is. And this is the Minister of Police in Parliament, basically lying to Parliament. And the fact that nothing has happened to Senzo Mchunu after he basically lied to South Africans. And he said that, no, I don't know Brown Mkhwanazi. This guy is not my friend. And after General Mkhwanazi exposed Senzo Mchunu, he came out to say that, no, this guy is just a comrade to me. This guy is not my associate. He's just a comrade to me. So I find it strange that all of these people, they have these these characters that are suspicious around them. And they always try to act like, no, like there's nothing nefarious happening here. There's nothing suspicious happening here. We are just friends, just like you are a friend with whoever that you are a friend with. My goodness.
Close friend.
So this is more a friendly relationship?
Friend relationship,
Okay.
nothing more than that.
Okay, nothing. Because I'm asking that because I interviewed, was it Malcolm X on the show, and
Yeah.
he spoke about the relationship he has with, who was it? The former Hawks head, Godfrey Lebeya, for instance. And of course, there are some people that have made claims around business people that have got these strong links to these top cops. I mean, in this case, that's why I'm asking you about Shadrach Sibiya. So you're saying your relationship was more friendly outside of work, and it's got nothing to do with what he does.
Look, he's got nothing to do what he does.
I mean, like, the question is, what kind of business does this gentleman does? What kind of business does this gentleman does? And is that business even legal?
Look, I'm not a policeman. I don't do any business with a policeman. You understand? I'm an entrepreneur. I run my own business that has got nothing to do with him.
Yeah.
You understand? Like when I used to be one of the in the gender-based violence, when I have a problem that complainer come, I do refer people to him on the case basis.
But you're not a police informant of
No,
sorts.
I'm not one of them.
What
And
did-
I will never be.
And you know, like, to show you that this guy is quite dangerous, you know, he keeps saying, you understand? You understand? This is what these dangerous people likes to do. Like, do you understand? Do you understand? But I'm quite concerned, man. I'm quite concerned about these public representatives and the kind of people that they are keeping around them. I don't want to lie. I'm honestly concerned. I'm honestly concerned. But guys, anyway, this is not the reason why we are here. We are here because of this gentleman over here, General Mkhwanazi. We know that yesterday, General Mkhwanazi was testifying at the Matlanga Commission, and the man dropped the bombs. Guys, we did say that it is going to get bad. It is going to get bad. And now General Mkhwanazi has basically exposed Senzo Mchunu again. And now he is going into details. He is going into details, and and one of the things again that General spoke about is the fact that he tried to speak about all of these things that are happening inside the South African Police Service, but nobody actually took him serious. Nobody took him serious. I mean, Senzo Mchunu went out and disbanded the KZN political killing task team, and they gave the people that are putting their lives on the line no explanation. They just disbanded the KZN political killing task team without explaining anything to anybody. And the General Mkhwanazi tried to get the answers, but nobody was there to actually give him any answers. And this is the reason why the general ended up going to the media and speaking with the people of this country directly, because inside, nobody was actually taking him seriously. Nobody was even acknowledging him and the work that him and his team are doing. It is sad, man. It is sad. Then you have these corrupt comrades coming to us and telling us that no, General Mkhwanazi was never supposed to go out with the kind of information that he went out with. But the general actually tried to follow the protocol. He tried to follow the protocol, but nobody was there. Masamula went to leave without any word. Senzo Mchunu just disbanded that thing. And it was painful listening to the general saying that I even tried speaking with the people that are close with Senzo Mchunu, people that are outside of the government that are close to Senzo Mchunu, to see if I can actually get a meeting with the minister so that I can make him understand that disbanding this political killing task team is a big mistake, because this team is making huge advancements. But nobody listened to the general. Nobody listened to the general. And then you have this incompetent acting police minister, Professor Kachalia, coming out and telling South Africans that General Mkhwanazi was never supposed to act that way, meaning that General Mkhwanazi was never supposed to come to us with the kind of information that you have. And you have the likes of Paul O'Sullivan that is being sued right now. This guy did a press tour telling South Africans that it is not the job of General Mkhwanazi to accuse his seniors of being corrupt. This is what South Africans were actually subjected to. This is what we are subjected to. And I love this commission. I know that the findings are not bindings. I know that most of the people that are going to be exposed in this commission, nothing is going to happen to them. But like I said yesterday, guys, that I believe that as South Africans, we deserve to know what actually took place in the government. We deserve to know. We deserve to know of the crime in the government. And hopefully, this can actually push South Africans into making better decisions in the future. Hopefully. But we deserve to know.
Okay, thank you, Commissioner. As I indicated earlier, that this political killings task team is one of many task teams that are running in the country. So for the minister to isolate the political killing task team alone raises question. And for the conclusion that the minister says that the team does not add any value, the value of the police is to prevent crime, yes, to investigate crime, and bring the perpetrators thereof to justice. And this team has demonstrated that. So I did not understand the value the minister was referring to. Whether it was privy to the success, the achievement of the team or not, it's something perhaps the Commission will be able to bring, because to date I've never had an opportunity to ask him. These are questions I wanted to ask him.
And guys, do you think that it's possible for Senzo Mchunu to disband the KZN political killing task team without the knowledge of Ramaphosa? Is it possible for Senzo Mchunu to go out and disband this team without the knowledge of Ramaphosa? Because sitting here, I'm starting to think that no, man, Ramaphosa is the one, allegedly, Ramaphosa is the one that actually wanted this task team to be disbanded. He actually gave Senzo Mchunu the orders. Senzo Mchunu wrote a letter to Masemola. Masemola looked at the work that the political killing task team was doing, and he could not go ahead and disband this team. But somehow, the letter made it to Sibiya. Then Sibiya actually disbanded this team. So right now, we are still waiting for Sibiya to produce a letter that was sent to him by Masemola. You remember that the Deputy National Commissioner, General Sibiya, said that he got a letter from Fadima Semola to disband the KZN political killing task team. But Fadima Semola said that, no, I have never signed off on such a letter. So till today, we are waiting for Sibiya to actually release a letter that he got from Masemola to disband the KZN political killing task team. And none of these people in the media are actually demanding for Sibiya to release the letter. None of these people in the mainstream media are saying, Sibiya, you told us that Masemola is the one that gave you the letter. Masemola gave you a send-off letter to disband the KZN political killing task team. And you, as the junior of Masemola, it is not your job to ask questions, but your job is to implement. And then you went ahead and implemented whatever that letter said. So why is Sibiya not producing a letter that he supposedly got from Masemola? Why is nobody in the mainstream media actually asking him that? They've done tons and tons of interviews with Sibiya, but nobody said, Sibiya, please produce a letter that you got from Masemola. Nobody's saying that. Nobody's saying that. And it is strange. It is strange that you can have the National Commissioner saying that I have never signed off on such a letter. You can have a Deputy National Commissioner saying that I got a letter from the National Commissioner, but a Deputy National Commissioner is not even producing a letter that he got from Masemola. And the mainstream media continues to do interviews with Sibiya, but they are not asking Sibiya to produce a letter. This is what we are subjected to as South Africans.
And I never had an opportunity to ask. So, therefore, it could not be justified that the team, with these stats that it has, that it can just be classified as a team that does not add value in the work of the police in the country. And as I said, Commissioners, that this team, through their success rate, they were even given a task that went beyond the scope of the work on their inception, and they were tasked to go and work in the Eastern Cape, and they were given the responsibility to investigate cases of traditional leaderships and the likes. So it cannot be then correct for the minister to say a team that is recognized, and it's only one that has been recognized like this in the country, for such a team to simply make an allegation that it does not add value, it's wrong. In all front, that's why I disagree with what the minister said.
I mean, like, General Mkhwanazi himself already told us that the political killing task team has actually unmasked a criminal syndicate in Johannesburg, and in the pockets of these criminal syndicates in Johannesburg are politicians in the government and are politicians in the parliament. And of course, Senzo Mchunu is nothing but a criminal. This is the reason why they disbanded that political killing task team. So, General Mkhwanazi, you were right. I know that sitting there at the commission, this is not something that you can just blab out like you did during the press conference. But this is it. The fact that after the political killing task team has unmasked that criminal syndicate in Johannesburg, then suddenly the minister came with a letter. This is exactly why Senzo Mchunu has disbanded this political killing task team. And it is despicable that we have a police minister that would go out and disband a team that is busy arresting criminals left, right, and center. You remember that the dockets were ordered back to go back to KZN, and after the dockets were ordered to go back to KZN, people started to get arrested. So when are they going to arrest Senzo Mchunu and Sibiya for defeating the hands of justice? Because clearly, these dockets that were ordered to go back to the KZN political killing task team, they actually had substance, because after those dockets were ordered back, people started to get arrested. So why were Sibiya and Mchunu actually okay with the fact that those dockets were gathering dust in Pretoria instead of them being in KZN so that the work of the police can continue to go forward? Why are these people not being arrested for the defeat of for defeating the hands of justice? Because this is exactly what they did. This is what they did.
It is simply inconceivable that the entire operational management of the SAPS, under the leadership of the National Commissioner, who will see the value of this team and the efforts, the dedication, the times that these members, officers have spent away from home for years, in order to assist in dealing with the reduction of our leaders of our country, the matters of our leaders of our country, that it is therefore seen by a minister as not adding value. So the sacrifice of these police officers, the recognition that the National Commissioner has made over these members, the support and the appreciation that the Interministerial Committee has expressed, including the President himself, when he was briefed about the work of this team. And he expressed it, Commissioners, not only to the IMC at one stage, he spoke directly to the investigator, to the members themselves, where he said, you are doing a good job, when he was briefed. So for all that, for the minister to come and say it doesn't add any value when everyone else is recognizing, was very bizarre, to say the least. So the reason I advance annually for the continuation of this team are those reflected in the very same reports that we're giving to the IMCs, because those reports were indicating the work still that needs to be done, the success rate the team has achieved in order to motivate the continuing existence of the team. To this extent, the minister, as a newly appointed minister to the post, having appointed in May last year, under this administration, may have required a historic perspective, the understanding of what this team has been doing before he signs this letter. He need only have had regard, ask the office, his office, to finish him with reports that were already available in his office, which were the IMC reports that are giving the status of the work of the team. He will have received that and get a briefing on it, or at least he will have engaged with the president. But prior to engaging the president, he will have called for this reporting from myself or whoever that was part of this team, in order to understand before he engages the president on the work of this team. So for the reason unknown to me, the minister elected not only to rely on saying that the team does not any value, but he decided to issue a directive to disestablish the team. I must say, commissioners, although not written here, that in his own words, I think it will be in the record of Parliament, where the minister said
Yes.
he had indicated an engagement with the president about this decision that he has taken. So that's why he stands by his decision. So
Yes, exactly. Exactly. There is absolutely no way that Mchunu could have disbanded that team without the knowledge of Ramaphosa. I think Ramaphosa is the one that was not happy with the work of the team. Of course, Ramaphosa and Mchunu, they are both ANC criminals. But Ramaphosa, I'm sure he's the one that was not happy with this. I'm sure. And this actually goes back to the revelations that were made by General Mkhwanazi during the press conference. And this is the reason why, till today, we are asking a very simple question. Was Ramaphosa aware of these things that were mentioned by General Mkhwanazi? Was Ramaphosa aware of all of these things that were mentioned by General Mkhwanazi? And if Ramaphosa was not aware, then he is sleeping on duty. He does not deserve to be the president of this country. And if Ramaphosa knew about these things that General Mkhwanazi was speaking about, what did he do as the president of the country? I'm still waiting for anybody to ask him that. Today, Ramaphosa will be doing an interview. I think it's on ENCA at 6 p.m. today. Ramaphosa will be doing an interview, and you can bet that nobody in the ENCA is going to ask him this. You can bet that they are not going to ask him this. And I'm so disgusted with the mainstream media in this country, man. I am disgusted because majority of the people in this country, they cannot afford the internet to be on these platforms so that they can see the truth for themselves. This is what is said about the situation that we are facing in this country right now, that majority of the people in this country, they still depend on the mainstream media. They still depend on this dishonest mainstream media for the news. And these people, they will continue to lie to South Africans and misrepresent the facts. Why are these people? I mean, like Ramaphosa, this interview that he's going to do today is going to be a softball interview. I can bet real money on that. It is going to be a softball interview. And this is what the mainstream media has been doing. I'm sure that Ramaphosa got the questions on Monday that they were going to ask him on this interview. But I like the fact that it is clear as day that Ramaphosa and Senzo Mchunu, they did have a discussion about disbanding this political killing task team. And the fact that they went ahead with this decision to disband the political killing task team, it tells you everything that you need to know about this bunch of ANC criminals.
the president about this decision that he has taken. So that's why he stands by his decision. So, which then is strange because the National Commission has never received anything to counter that. So it remains his utterances that we do not know whether he can justify on why he reached that conclusion.
Man, I'm so tired of these people. I'm so tired of these people. And guys, before we go anywhere, can somebody please tell Newsroom Africa that, guys, we know that you are the one that is giving us this content, but can you please get rid of this watermark? I don't like this watermark. I don't know, maybe I woke up angry today because of the things that are happening in this country, but this watermark of Newsroom is actually triggering to me. It's actually triggering to me.
To some degree, the associates, as I referred to here on this paragraph, are associates of the minister, and the very same associate does show communication that seems to suggest that the minister is fully involved in the decision that this syndicate is taking.
Do you accept the responsibility on your part to substantiate fully, not necessarily today, but in the fullness of time, the conclusions you have drawn in that paragraph?
Yes, Commissioners, evidence is there on the record. Although some of it will perhaps require to be covered in camera, but the evidence is there that will support my conclusion on this. The individuals, the colleagues, as I said earlier, my July briefing was a collective effort, men and women who were part of the investigation in Gauteng. who knows and have gathered evidence to support the allegations that we ended up making. And they are going to come before this commission and they're going to present that evidence. We will be able, under oath, to confirm that indeed that is evidence that we've collected. And we have no reason not to believe that it is the real evidence that proves the linkages between the syndicates and the minister himself.
We will see. We will see what these politicians will actually will do to deny all of these things that are said by General Mkhwanazi. But right now, the general is just confirming to us what we already suspected, that these people are nothing but a bunch of criminals. So this is who represents the South Africans. These are South African representatives, nothing but a bunch of scumbags. This is how I categorize these people. These people have literally stolen away the future of our children. This is what they did. This is what they did. And this is the reason why we cannot shut up. And this is the reason why we cannot stay silent. Because these people have destroyed the future of the children of this country. Guys, what are your thoughts about the first day of General Mkhwanazi testifying? What are your thoughts? He's coming back today. What are you expecting? Please tell me what you think in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button, the most important part. Subscribe. My name is Thomas Mabaso. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.